my name's Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you are a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here as I share my sewing journey and everything that I've been getting up to crafting wise. Before I go any further, I just want to apologise if I have to pause this video or I end up sneezing or I sound a little bit sniffly. I'm still really suffering with my hay fever at the moment, just in advance, because I do occasionally find myself having to sniff up. And I can tell that I just sound a little bit sniffly as well. I'll let you know what I'm wearing, and then this is my second episode of the Sunday sewing catch-up. And I can't remember if I said in the first one, I've been really enjoying watching all of the Friday Sews videos that lots of vloggers put out there, and they sort of follow a similar sort of theme, I guess, in terms of like sharing all the things that everybody's been up to and sewing and patterns and that sort of thing. I know that I just don't have the time in the week to film that video and also edit it, so Sundays just work better for me. But there are loads of Friday Sews videos and I love having them because I save them for the weekend when I'm sewing. So before I round up all the things that I've been doing this week, I'll let you know what I'm wearing. I'll also pop images in where possible of any of the garments that I share today. There's a couple of things that I'm going to talk about that I've sewn that I actually haven't got images of yet, but I'll sort of show you a sneaky peek of them, and they'll be included in my June makes video. I've still got my May makes video to finish editing and get out to you guys. I'm sort of a little bit behind at the moment, I think, with the whole going back to work and getting back into the swing of things. So apologies for that as well. I am wearing one of my Tilly and the Buttons Lyra shirt dresses. I've just got it open at the moment, but it does button all the way up. Then it's got this lovely collar, short sleeves. I've got just the ties they're just sewn into the side seams, and then it's a little belt. This one was the skirt that stops at your knee, and then I had a bit of this fabric, so I just created a little ruffle at the bottom, which I absolutely love. And we've been to Kew Gardens today because I think I mentioned this in my last video, but it is my birthday coming up. It's my birthday tomorrow. And it falls on a Monday, so we've been celebrating this weekend, and then we're also going to carry on celebrating next weekend because I like to eke it out and have a birthday couple of weeks or a birthday month. So that's what I'm wearing. We had a lovely morning at Kew Gardens. This weekend is the sewing weekend, the virtual sewing weekend, so I've dipped in and out. It's really nice that the video content is available across the whole weekend, and once the weekend's finished I can still catch up on those videos because I have been quite busy. Last night I went out for dinner with friends, so I didn't actually get any sewing done, and normally that's when I would do quite a lot of my sewing on a Saturday evening, and that's when I like to watch the videos as well. So I haven't actually watched all of the videos for this weekend, and then today we've been busy with family, and we went out this morning, so I haven't actually done any sewing today yet, but I'm hoping to squeeze some in this evening. I've definitely got lots of projects cut out ready to go. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing, and this fabric is great. It's amazing cotton poplin that's got all these neon polka dots on. I bought this from Faye, who is Studio Jepson. I'm not sure if she's got any of this fabric left, but if she has, I will link it in the description box for you down below. So this week I did some sewing. I managed to get some sewing done yesterday, but the school week I wasn't able to actually get to my sewing machine at all. Just had a really busy week. Reports are due in at the moment, so I've been proofreading other people's reports and just finalising things, so it's meant that my evenings have been taken up with work, which is something that I try not to do, but you know, I've had to do it this week. So I did get some sewing done last night, which I'll share in a second. But instead of sewing this week, I just got lots of projects cut out, and they're projects that I talked about in the last Sunday sewing vlog. So I wanted to cut out a Davenport dress, so I have started to cut that out. I've cut out my Camden skirt using the corduroy fabric, and then I've also got some fabric that arrived in the week, some Very Hungry Caterpillar fabric, and I have cut that out into, I'm going to make another Lyra dress. So I've got my projects here that I've been busy sewing up, so I'll just show you very quickly. I'll just show you the pocket actually. So this fabric came in the post. It's an amazing Very Hungry Caterpillar fabric. I can't remember where I got it from, but I'll put an image in now that says where I bought it, and I'll link it down below if you wanted to go and buy some. But I just love how fun that is. The Very Hungry Caterpillar is a book that we focus on in the early years, so I'm really excited about having a dress that matches the book. I do like to have a lot of clothes that match what we're teaching, So I'm very much looking forward to having a very hungry caterpillar dress made out of that amazing fabric. And for that one, I'm going to be sewing up the Tilly and the Buttons Lyra dress, which is a shirt dress which I absolutely adore. Show you the line drawings there. There's the line drawings. There's different options. You can have long sleeves, short sleeves, a shorter skirt which stops at the knee, or you can add a ruffle on the bottom of your skirt too. For this version, I'm not adding the ruffle. I'm just going to have a dress that stops at my knee. But yeah, I've sewn the Lyra shirt dress. This will be my 10th dress. I love, if I find a pattern which I really enjoy sewing up and fits me really well, I love sewing it up and having multiple versions in my wardrobe just in different fabric. I know not everybody likes to do that, but I definitely do. If I find a pattern that fits me and it's my style and I feel really comfortable, then I like sewing it up in a range of fabrics. Plus I find it also really hones the new skills that I've learned when I've sewn that pattern up. So that's the first project that I've got cut out this week. And then the second one is using this beautiful cotton sateen fabric that I got from the Fabric Godmother Dream Wardrobe box. It's got green background and then these pale pink, I think they're flowers. And I've cut out the Friday Pattern Company Davenport dress. But when I was cutting it out, I've realised that I haven't actually got enough of that fabric. I think we had something like 2.2, 2.3 metres included in the Dream Wardrobe box to go with the pattern that had been included. But I didn't want to use the pattern for that because I want to twirl the pattern because it's got some shearing on the cuffs and shearing on the waist. So instead, I want to use this fabric to sew up the Friday Pattern Company Davenport dress, which I've sewn 2 versions already and I just absolutely adore it. I think it's a beautiful pattern. But I've realised I didn't have enough of the fabric. I'm just seeing if I can find the pattern piece to show you. Yeah, the pocket piece is the pocket facing is quite a large piece, and I just didn't have enough of the fabric to cut out the pocket facing. So with the Sewing Weekender, you get a load of discount codes for different fabric shops and sewing sort of companies. And within that, there was a discount code for Sew Me Sunshine. So I had a browse on their website and noticed that they had a remnant of this Fabric Godmother fabric, just over 1 metre. So I've bought that using the discount code, as well as a couple of other fabrics too. So I'm just waiting for that to arrive so that I can cut out the pocket facing. And I think I didn't have enough to do the pocket piece either. So I'm going to wait for that fabric to arrive, pre-wash it, and then I can get started on my Davenport. So hopefully that will arrive sometime this week. And then I did decide in the end to use that lovely cotton and corduroy fabric that I got in the bundle from Felicity Fabrics. I have decided to cut out the Nina Lee Camden skirt. So I'm really excited about getting that sewn up because it should be quite straightforward. You've got the pocket, not the pocket. You've got the skirt front and the skirt back, and you cut that out of the main fabric and the lining fabric. Ooh, and then I've got the pockets, and the pockets are lined, and then you just top stitch the pockets onto the skirt. It's got a zip in the back, so I think, oh, and then there's a waistband as well. It should sew up fairly quickly, so I'm hoping actually to get the skirt sewn up this evening, because that is going to be a staple in my wardrobe, I think, because it's predominantly going to be that navy cord fabric. I think that's going to go with so many things that I've got in my wardrobe, so I'm really excited about getting that sewn up. So I've managed to get that project cut out as well. And then this afternoon I've got plans to cut out another project, which is going to be my project for sewing up this week, and it is the Friday Pattern Company Avenir jumpsuit. I keep talking about this in my videos, but I'm definitely going to sew this up using this fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics. It's just a beautiful, I think it's a viscose, I think it was a viscose challis. So it's quite lightweight. It's got all these giant palm leaves all over it and then these yellow flowers. It's a little bit creased because it's just been pre-washed and it was out on the air just drying. But it's got a lovely amount of movement and drape, and I think that's just going to look absolutely gorgeous as the jumpsuit. So I'm really looking forward to getting that one sewn up using that fabric. So the Avenir jumpsuit comes in sizes extra small up to a 4X. For an extra small, it's a bust measurement 32 to 33 inches, waist measurement 24 to 25 inches, and hip measurement 34 to 35 inches. And then a 4X is a bust 53 to 54 inches, waist 46 to 47 inches, and then hips 56 to 57 inches. So in terms of fabric recommendations, It's an easy, comfortable fit designed for woven fabrics, but they do say that it would work in a stable knit fabric as well. You want to choose a fabric that feels good on your skin, as the jumpsuit covers most of your body, and you'll get a different look depending on the type of fabric you select. It looks great in linen, rayon challis, wovens with a bit of drape. Avoid anything that's too stiff or heavy because it'll make the jumpsuit look bulky. And they encourage us to be creative and daring with the fabric. So I'm really looking forward to getting this sewn up. You can see better on the model there. So it's got this elasticated channel around the neck, and then it looks like you've got elastic in the sleeve too. There's elastic across the middle, and then it looks like it's ever so slightly cropped. So I'm really looking forward to having that in my wardrobe. I think this is one of my make 9, and I think it's just going to look so bright and I think it's just going to look so summery in this fabric. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't think this is something that I would be able to wear to work because of all the white, but it'll be something that I can wear to like a barbecue or out with friends or just out and about with my girls. Look how drapey that is. The movement is just stunning. So that's going to be a project that I get traced and cut out this afternoon, and then hopefully sew a little bit each evening after work, although I won't be sewing on Wednesday because it's the sewing bee final. I can't believe it's the sewing bee final already. So that's something else that I've got on my list to talk about in this video. I've been really enjoying watching the sewing bee. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has been. I think the standard this year has just been incredible, and they all seem to just get on really well. It's really lovely to see all the extra little bits and pieces and videos and photos over on Instagram, because I've followed. I'm not sure about you, but as soon as I see who's going to be in the sewing bee and they share their social media, I go and follow them straight away. And it's been lovely to see like the interactions with the models and just how just generally supportive they seem to be of each other. I think the final's going to be really tight. I can't call it between the 3 of them. I think they all bring something different and unique to the sewing bee. Serena just seems incredibly precise and neat and really accurate, and in the time scale, I don't know how, she doesn't really seem to waver under the pressure. Rebecca's got some really lovely creative ideas too, and I love quite often her fabric choices. And it's been lovely actually to see how she's grown so much in confidence and belief in herself over the last couple of weeks. And then Raf has just got the most incredible sort of sense of style. Everything that he chooses to create is amazing. And again, he just seems to keep quite calm and cool and collected under that pressure too. So yeah, I think it's going to be quite a difficult final to call. I'm not quite sure who's going to come out on top, but I think they've all done so well to get through it. You know, when they say, oh, we'd like you to do pattern matching and create a shirt in 4 hours, I've no idea how they managed to do it and just seem to stay quite calm and produce that garment by the end of it. It's just incredible. And I loved Farry. I was really sad that she didn't get through to the final. But the final 3, I think, are going to make for a really interesting final on Wednesday. So I'm really looking forward to watching that. Let me know in the comments if you've got a favourite, or are you like me and you can't pick between the 3 of them because they're all just amazing. So next I've got 2 fabrics like that I would like to share with you. I can't get my words out today. The first fabric is this amazing sort of gingham. Well, it's gingham, but you wouldn't sort of say it was gingham because the stripes are so bold. It's the first thing that you notice, but when you look carefully, there's a stripe going the other way to create this gingham effect. But these bold, colourful stripes are what you notice first of all, and it's a cotton seersucker, so it's got that sort of texture to it. This has been pre-washed, so it has got even more texture to it because it's been pre-washed. But I just love that bold colour that you get, particularly those brighter stripes. It's absolutely beautiful. I think I bought 3 meters of this fabric. I'm not 100% sure what to sew with it. I keep going back and forward about what to sew. I first of all thought that I would use it to make the Closet Core Patterns Elodie wrap dress. But then I was really worried about all of the stripe detail because it's quite a prominent stripe. So I was a bit worried about the wrap just breaking up that stripe. But I think this would look amazing with that long skirt for the Elodie wrap. Then I thought maybe I could use it to make the Lotta dress, the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress. And I've got that pattern here actually to show you. So we've got the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress. And the reason why I thought the Lotta dress is because the bodice is one, you cut it on the fold, and the back bodice piece you cut on the fold. And then the skirt you also cut on the fold. And I thought that wouldn't interrupt that stripe detail too much. But I'm not too sure because it's actually not really, really drapey. And then I thought, I'm twirling the Hannah wrap dress, the By Hand London Hannah wrap dress at the moment. And I shared that in my last Sunday Sews catch-up video. And I thought this might make a really nice wrap dress. But then I absolutely love the Elodie wrap dress. So I think it might, if I was going to use it for a wrap dress, I think I would use this for the Elodie wrap dress because it's quite a high wrap and it's more, that is what I feel more comfortable wearing. So basically I have no idea what I'm going to turn this into. I've just gone round and round in circles and that's what I keep doing. I've pre-washed it in the hope that when inspiration strikes I can just go with it. But it'd be interesting to get your thoughts on what to turn it into. I think just because that stripe is so prominent, and you know, it has got that gingham print with the beige stripes going down. But yeah, I don't want to break up the print too much, but then I also want to make it into something that I know that I will wear. So yeah, I've got 3 meters. It's quite wide fabric, so I'm really not sure what to turn that into. So I'd really welcome your thoughts on that. I'll link it down below because it was a fairly new fabric from Namazi Fabrics and they may have some left. And then the second fabric I wanted to share with you is a fabric that's actually been sent to me by somebody that watches my videos. And that's Manjeet. I'm hoping I'm saying your name correctly, Manjeet. But I mentioned in, I think it might have been my April Makes video where I shared my peach viscose sateen meadowwood blouse. I'll pop an image of it so you can see what it looks like. And I was saying how much I really wanted to use some broderie anglaise fabric to make a meadowwood blouse because I thought it would be really beautiful in broderie anglaise fabric, and I thought it would go with a lot of things that I've got in my wardrobe. And then Manjeet got in touch to say that she got some broderie anglaise fabric from a Sew Hayley Jane box, and would I like it just as a gift because she couldn't really see herself turning it into anything, which is so kind. So thank you so much, Manjeet. And it's arrived, and I remember seeing this was fabric that was included in the luxury box. And I remember seeing it and just thinking I absolutely adored it. I mean, quite often I see the luxury box and think, gosh, I love that fabric too. I'd, you know, sometimes like both of the fabrics, but I don't need both of the fabrics. I've got a lot of fabric in my stash. So this is the fabric. It's absolutely beautiful. It's broderie anglaise, and then it's got this leaf print design all over it. And I just absolutely love it. It's absolutely beautiful. I keep saying absolutely. Apologies for that. It's sort of got this like blue print on it as well, blue leaf print. It's so pretty and stunning, and obviously because it's a broderie anglaise I'm going to need to line it. For the meadowwood blouse I'm definitely going to use some of this for the meadowwood blouse, but that only takes about 1 to 1.5 meters and I've got 3.5 meters. So I'm going to turn it into some kind of dress. I'm just not 100% sure which dress yet. I might use it to make the Cocowawa Crafts honeycomb dress because I've made the broderie anglaise dress before for that pattern, and I think this would look really beautiful as that pattern. I'll definitely need to line it because it's obviously got all of the holes and you would definitely be able to see through that. Even if I did like a gathered skirt, I would still need to line it. But thank you so much, Manjeet. That was so kind of you. If anyone's got any suggestions for this fabric for a pattern, let me know. Yeah, there's so much of it and it's really, really wide. I want to do this fabric justice because that print is just absolutely beautiful. So if anyone's got any suggestions on what I can use this fabric for, 1.5 meters is definitely going to be the meadowwood blouse, but the rest of it I'm not quite sure what I would turn it into, so I'd have about 2 meters left. So please do let me know your suggestions. It's always really helpful to get your thoughts. But thank you, Manjeet, for thinking of me and sending that lovely fabric. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very kind of you. So the next thing I wanted to share was some earrings that I've bought, and they are from the lovely Ethel and Joan. So I usually buy their buttons, but they've also brought out a jewellery range, and I saw these earrings and I just fell in love with them. I think they're so fun. Comes in this gorgeous little box, and then you get them on this little card. And then I also got some little sweeties. You get some little sweeties included too, which is really thoughtful. And then you get a little thank you that just says, thank you for your order, you have amazing taste. And these are the earrings. I haven't worn them yet actually, but they're They're little daisies. I just thought they were really cute. And then they've just got a little back like that. So I think I might wear these to work tomorrow because it's my birthday, and I'd quite like to wear some nice, I mean, these earrings are lovely, but I'd quite like to wear something special to work tomorrow. So I think I might wear these earrings for my birthday, but I just wanted to share them because they're really cute. And I know that Ethel and Joan have got some more earrings in different colours for you to have a look at as well if you were tempted. I just thought they were really fun, a little bit different, and I love buying from small businesses. And they came really quickly as well. So thank you very much for those, Louise. They're absolutely beautiful. And it's been so lovely to see the journey of Ethel and Joan. I think they've just had their first birthday. It might be their first birthday today, or maybe it was yesterday. But it's been lovely to see the journey so far. And their buttons are just absolutely beautiful, and they're so unique as well. So do go and check them out if you haven't already. I'll pop them in the description below so you can go and check them out. Then I just wanted to update you on the By Hand London wrap dress that I twirled. So I haven't got any further with it yet. Lots and lots of suggestions on what to do. There is a tutorial over on their website about raising the neckline. So the next thing that I've done is I've actually found some of this fabric. Now I wrote down where I found it. There's a fabric shop on Instagram called So Much More, spelt M-O-O-R. I'll link them down below so you can go and check them out. But they're a fabric shop in Devon, and they are online. And I noticed, I was looking at some rainbow fabric that they shared. So when I was browsing their website, I noticed that they had some of this viscose fabric, and it's called Pretty in Pink Viscose on their website. If I can find it, I'll link it down below for you, because I've actually decided to order, I think I ordered 1.5 meters of this because I want to get this right. So I'm going to twirl the bodice again and make some adjustments. I'm going to lower the bust darts. I'm going to add 1 inch to the wrap at the front. So I'm going to hopefully add 1 inch to the neckline. I'm going to work out how to do that. And what I'm also going to do is compare the front bodice pieces with the front bodice pieces of the Closet Case, the Closet Core LED wrap dress, because that's a wrap dress that sits quite high. So I'm going to compare the front pieces of that to the LED wrap dress and see what I need to do to make sure that I get a bit more coverage on that front of the bodice. So a couple of things that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to unpick this bodice, and then I'm going to make it again in the viscose, hopefully with those adjustments so the neckline is raised, the bust darts are lowered, and then I'm going to attach it, and hopefully I'll have a perfect Hannah wrap dress finished. So yeah, I'm going to use some other viscose fabric that I've had in my stash for ages, just some cheap viscose that I had, because I want to twirl the top using a fabric that will move in a similar way, and then transfer those adjustments to new pattern pieces, and then hopefully make a bodice that will sit how I want it to sit. So I just thought I'd let you know that's what I'm up to with twirling the Hannah wrap dress. I'm just waiting for some more of that fabric to arrive, and a couple of people asked me over on Instagram and here where I got that fabric from, so it's great that I've been able to find it so I can link it for you. So I'll pop that in the description so you can go and get some if you fancied some, because lots of people were admiring that beautiful fabric. And then the Sew Hayley Jane box has arrived. What did I do with my box? I've popped it somewhere. Where did I pop it? Oh, it's here. So my Sew Hayley Jane box arrived, it's just here. I've chosen not to do an unboxing this month because instead I'm just going to add it to the end of this video. So I will share that right at the end, so if you're not interested you can just stop the video there. But the reason I'm saying that is because I've actually turned the fabric into something already. So I'm going to move on and talk about the 2 garments that I've got finished this weekend. So I've sewn myself a dress for tomorrow. I know I'm only going to work, but it would still be nice for me to wear a new dress for my birthday. I used a tried and tested pattern, which is the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress. I love how this dress feels on me. I know it's going to be about 28 degrees tomorrow. So I used this really fun viscose crepe fabric that I got from Fabric Godmother. It's a Fabric Godmother fabric, absolutely beautiful, I love it, it's very 70s. And I have used it to make the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress. So I did the midi length dress with the short sleeves, but I didn't put patch pockets on because I'm not a fan of the patch pockets, so I left those off. So it's this version that's on the front, but I've got the short grown on sleeve. Now the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress comes in sizes UK 6 to UK 24. For a UK 6 it's a 30-inch bust, 24-inch waist and a 33-inch hip. And then for a UK 24, it's a 48-inch bust, 42-inch waist and a 51-inch hip. Fabric recommendations, they recommend light to medium weight drapey fabrics like a chambray, a viscose, a tencel, double gauze, brushed cotton or crepe. And the short sleeve version can be made in a less drapier fabric like a linen, cotton lawn, seersucker, or you can use single knit, drapey jersey, stretch velvet or lightweight French terry. So this one, I've just done a straightforward pattern. I haven't adjusted it at all. I've got the elastic across the tummy and then the midi length skirt, and I just think it's beautiful. And then the second thing that I've sewn is using the same pattern, but it's a bit of a hack, and it's using the fabric that came in the Sew Hayley Jane box. Now the fabric that came was a double gauze, and I'm not a huge fan of sewing with double gauze. I've had quite bad experiences of garments just the fabric stretching out, or it being quite oversized, or just looking too bulky on my frame. But I thought I'd give this a go because the fabric is a really beautiful summer print. It's got these gorgeous like vines all over it with these pretty leaves. They're blue and yellow, and I just think it's really pretty, and it's a white background, so I thought it'd be perfect for the summer. And I know double gauze is great for when the weather's really warm. I know that double gauze is really great for when the weather's warm. So I took the Lotta pattern, but I didn't want the midi length skirt. One, because I didn't have enough fabric, and two, I was a bit worried about the drape of the double gauze because it doesn't drape very well. So I took the skirt pattern piece from the Tiddy and the Buttons Lyra shirt dress, which is actually the skirt for the dress that I'm wearing at the moment. So it's just a gathered skirt. And I added it onto the bodice of the Lotta, and I left out the elastic for the waist. And what I had to do to make sure that the waist sat in the correct place, like my natural waist, is I took about 2 centimetres off the length of the bodice of the Lotta, and then I could just attach the skirt of the Lyra. And I've just done a gathered skirt all the way around because I also wanted to be able to add pockets, and I didn't want patch pockets. So for the Lotta pattern, it's patch pockets, and I didn't want patch pockets. I wanted inseam pockets. So I've just done a gathered skirt on the bottom. And then the extra thing that I did, so I can either have this really loose on my body, and then I've got waist ties, because then if I wanted to bring it in a little bit, because this is quite roomy, I've got the waist ties, so I can just wrap them around and tie them at the side. But if I want it to be quite loose, then I can just have the waist ties at the back, so it's like a bow. And I'm really pleased with that hack. It's turned out really well. I will put pictures in of me wearing that so you can see what it looks like. But this has made me, I wouldn't say fall in love with double gauze, because it's still not a fabric that I choose time and time again, but I don't dislike it anymore like I did on my last couple of projects. And that fabric's just really pretty and beautiful for the summer. So that's what I've done with the Sew Hayley Jane fabric this weekend. And I've sewn it up already because I'm really keen to wear it whilst the weather's still warm. You just never know in England how long we're going to get sunshine for. So yeah, I'm really pleased. Those are the two things that I've sewn this weekend. And then hopefully I'll get my jumpsuit cut out and I can start sewing that up this week. What else did I want to share with you? Let me have a look. So before I share the contents of this month's Sew Hayley Jane box, and I know you've had a sneak peek of the fabric already because I've shared what I've made with it, I wanted to let you know about a new YouTube channel. I know that everybody that watches my vlogs have always found it really helpful in the past when I've recommended new people to go and watch. And the lovely Yvette, who is Blossom Sandwich over on Instagram, has set up a YouTube channel, which is really exciting because I love her feed on Instagram. And I think her YouTube content is going to be really helpful and just really interesting to watch. So she is Blossom Sandwich Sews over on YouTube. I'll link her channel down below. She's literally, I think she's posted one video, which is a quick hello, but I know that she's got plans for lots more videos. So I'll link her below so you can go and check her out and subscribe to her channel too. Okay, before I share my Sew Hayley Jane box, I thought I'd let you know about a pattern that I have bought this week. Now I don't actually have it with me because I've sent it off to be printed and I haven't printed the instructions yet. But it's a new pattern by Cashmerette Patterns. It's an absolutely beautiful dress. So it's like a wrap dress, and then it's got different skirt options. So there are, I'll go through the different options in a second, but there's one that's got a maxi skirt and it's all different ruffles. It's absolutely beautiful. Cashmerette have extended their size range, so this first pattern is from a size 0 up to a 32 with 2 different size bandings. So you've got 0 to 16 and then you've got 12 to 32. What I really love about Cashmerette is they've got different cup sizes. So within their sizing, they've got it for a CD cup, an EH cup and a GH cup. I've got all my notes written down here, which is why I keep looking down because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. And I'll pop images in of the pattern so you can see what it looks like. So there are 3 different views for this pattern. You've got view A, which is an ankle length skirt, which has got tiers to it. So view A is ankle length tiered skirt, bishop sleeves, and then large cuffs on the end of the bishop sleeves. And that version just had me falling in love with the pattern. It's absolutely beautiful. View B is a knee length skirt with short sleeves. And then view C is a knee length full skirt with puff sleeves. And you can interchange the sleeves with the different skirt lengths too. Like I said, it's a wrap, which I'm really excited about. They recommend so in terms of fabric recommendations, they recommend lightweight fabrics like linen, rayon or a cotton, and it's aimed at advanced beginners. Drafted for somebody of a height 5'6". I know Cashmerette are plus size sewing patterns, but they have expanded to include a size 0 for anyone that is slightly bustier that would fit in a size 0. So for a size 0, the high bust is a 30-inch measurement. For a CD cup, it's a 33-inch bust, an EF cup 34-inch bust, and a GH cup 35-inch bust, and then a waist measurement of 25 inches and a hip measurement of 35 inches. So I'm really excited about that pattern. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to making up a couple of versions. I'm definitely going to do the full length tiered skirt because that is the one that just made me fall in love with that pattern completely. In terms of sizes, there are 2 size bandings for the Rose Clare dress. Did I actually say that's what it's called? The pattern is called the Rose Clare dress, and there are 2 size bandings. There's a 0 to 16 and then there's a 12 to 32. I bought the 0 to 16 pattern, and I'll put some information now in about the sizing for the size 0 and the 16. If I can find the information for a size 12 and a 32, I'll pop that in for you too. But when I was looking at the pattern sizing that I'd bought, I struggled to find the sizing for the size 12 and the 32. But I'll see if I can find it. But it's a pattern that I fell in love with. It's just absolutely beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to giving that pattern a try. So I just wanted to share that with you. So the next part of this video is me going to be sharing my Sew Hayley Jane box. So if that's something that you're not interested in, the rest of the video I don't talk about anything else apart from saying thank you so much for watching this video. So if you are going to stop now, thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please do hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. So on to what is in this month's Sew Hayley Jane box. So this month's Sew Hayley Jane box is here. I have opened it already because I've used the fabric. So I'll open it up. As you can tell, it's very empty because I've taken that fabric out and I have pre-washed it and made something already. But the theme of this month's box was Escape to the Country. So June 2021, Escape to the Country. So you get your little magazine. There's the hello from Hayley. And she just says, if any positive has come out of the last year, it has to be a growing appreciation for the great outdoors. With more and more people relocating to the countryside and the rise of the staycation, we're coming to realise there really is nothing like a little trip out of the city to blow the cobwebs away. So the theme was cemented when she saw the beautiful landscape cotton gabardine twill from See You at 6 fabric. So that must be what's in the luxury box. And then they've also in the luxury box got the lily top from Experimental Space Patterns. The classic and the mini boxes have got a double gauze with a subtle vine and blue leaf print. And then we've also got this beautiful needle winder, which is by a company called Resin and Be Thankful. And they're in there's the interview with them, Resin and Be Thankful. And we get this gorgeous, it's so beautiful, needle winder. Look how pretty that is. And then it's just on a little card. So says each needle minder is handmade and one of a kind. There isn't one that is the same as the other. These are made with resin, upcycled single-use plastic bags that would otherwise end up in landfill and dried flowers. So pretty. So I'm really looking forward to using that. And then, yeah, there's an interview with her in there. And she is Resin Be Thankful over on Instagram. And she's called Sarah. It says the lovely Sarah. Such a beautiful gift this month. Make of the month. This month's top make is from Kirsty, who used April's Luxury Box Broderie Anglaise to make a new look 6341 dress. That's a beautiful dress. Looking very pretty. Some inspiration for the fabric that I've got. 3 boxes, 3 makes. So Esther used the beautiful See You at 6 landscape cotton gabardine. It's really pretty. Can you see that? And she has made a Fibre Mood Alex skirt. And then we've got Gemma, used the double gauze, and she's made some Nina Lee Portobello trousers. It's a really good idea to use double gauze for trousers, actually. And then Laura paired the double gauze in her mini box with a blue twill crepe to make the Megan Nielsen Reef pyjama set. So she's used a little bit of double gauze for the top and then the shorts at the bottom, and then a different fabric in between. So it's a contrast. That's really pretty. And then we've got the Fat Quarter project. I'm really excited for this Fat Quarter project. This is by Tamlin, who is sewn on the twine. She's done a reversible tote bag. So I'm looking forward to giving that a try. I'm going to follow those instructions, use the fat quarters and have a reversible tote bag. So thank you for that tutorial, Tamlin. Then we've got Hayley's little links. So all the things you've been watching, reading or listening to this month. And Hayley has included a blog that the Felicity Fabrics blogger team, which is myself included, and we took part in a 1 metre double gauze challenge. So we've written a blog where we've all done different projects. And there's 13 different projects over on that blog, and they're all completely different. So there's some inspiration there for your double gauze fabric if you're not quite sure what you're going to turn it into. Then there's a book, so Miss Benson's Beetle by Rachel Joyce. There's a book recommendation. Then on the next page we've got Profile Ellie, Sew Hayley Jane subscriber. So it's Ellie, who's been subscribed to the classic box since October last year. She's made some beautiful things. So I'm looking forward to reading that. And Ellie is Ellie Connolly Handmade on Instagram. Then we've got an interview with Andrea from Experimental Space, and then her pattern is in the luxury box. So it's the top, the blouse pattern. So her pattern is in the luxury box this month, the Lily top pattern. I actually got that as a pattern a couple of months ago from In a Haystack Pack. And it's got a really cute ruffle detail. You're probably not going to be able to see it, but there's a really cute ruffle detail. If I can find a better picture, I'll pop it in for you to see. And it means that you can have a bit of contrast on this part of the top. So it's a really beautiful top. And then we've got pattern pics by the Fold line. So there's the Alexa frill dress, which is a Liberty sewing pattern. March top and dress by Helen's Closet. And then there's a bucket hat, which is Hope Bucket Hat, which is by the Patterns Room. So it's always great to get some suggestions from the Fold line. And then on the back, it's the Makers Gallery, and there's such a range of makes. I love the Makers Gallery. It's really great to get some inspiration and also see what everybody's been making with the fabrics. Such a gorgeous range. So that is the magazine. I've already shown you the needle minder. So beautiful. I'm going to undo it so that you can see it properly. So pretty. Love the flowers. So it's got a little magnet in, so you pop your needle on there and it just minds it so it doesn't end up on the floor. And then the fat quarters are really beautiful colours. So we've got this one that's got umbrellas all over it. We've got this one that's got welly boots all over it. We've got this one which is like peach and it's got flowers all over it. And then we've got this one which has got bicycles all over it. So really cute fat quarters. And because I subscribe to the classic box, I get 4 fat quarters. The sweet treat this month was some lollipops, which is great because it means that I get to have them. Although there are 2, so it means that Ruby and Lola could get a lollipop each. I don't tend to give them lollies, to be honest, so they might not want them. And then we've got some elastic, which is always really handy to have. It looks like it's at least an inch wide elastic, which is always really handy to have. And then some Gutermann thread to match my fabric. And then I have got a scrap of the fabric here. You can tell it's all been cut out, so I just thought I'd hold it up and show you again. So yeah, it's this beautiful double gauze which has got a white background, and then it's got all these vines all over it and then leaves. It's really beautiful. I love the colours. There's blues, but then you get these pops of yellow too. Very pretty. And I am not a massive fan of double gauze. I find that it stretches. I find that it can be quite bulky. So yeah, it took me a bit of sort of playing around with patterns to work out what I wanted to make. But the hack that I've done with the Lotta was something that I wanted to try, and I thought I might as well use a fabric that I'm not massively keen on, and then if it works out then great, and if it doesn't then I can just use it as a toile. So I'm really pleased that it's worked out actually. I might pop the dress on just so you can see what it looks like, but I'll pop an image in too. So I'll be back in a second whilst I pop that dress on, and then you can see what it looks like. Okay, so this is the dress on. I really like the relaxed fit on top. Got grown on sleeves, which was great, and then it's got a facing. So there's the facing, and I've understitched that and pressed it. And then what I've done with the ties is I've just fastened them at the back. So I've got like a little belt, and that just means, if I move that out of the way, it's still quite roomy and floaty, so it's not going to feel too sort of clingy when the weather's quite warm. And then I've got the pockets. Just find the other pocket. And I really like the gathered skirt. It feels light and airy, but then if I wanted to bring it in ever so slightly, I can pull those waist ties round and then bring them to the front, and it's just a little bit more fitted then and a bit closer to my body, just like that. And then the skirt length, it stops at my knee, so you can see it's just at my knee. So I think it's going to be a really comfortable dress to wear for the summer, and actually I'm really pleased with the hack. So I'm going to try and do another one of these dresses, but using maybe a viscose, or I've got some linen fabric, so I might try it with some linen fabric too. I'm just going to undo that because I actually prefer it with the ties at the back, so it's still quite loose on top, because this dress I'm aiming to wear when the weather gets, you know, quite warm. It's meant to be really warm tomorrow actually. I like that there's a bit of room in that top. So that's what I decided. So that's what I decided to make with the fabric from this month's Sew Hayley Jane box. And white is not a colour that I sew with very often, because I do have a tendency to spill things down myself. And I wouldn't wear this to work because it'll just get dirty within minutes of me being at school, because we've always got paint and Play-Doh and glue and things out. So this will definitely be a dress that I wear out and about when I'm out with my family or out with friends. So I really hope you enjoyed my second episode of Sunday Sewing Catch Up. I will film one of these every Sunday and release it, just sharing what I've been getting up to and what I've been enjoying across the week. If you haven't subscribed already, it'd be really great if you could hit that subscribe button, because you'll get notified of when I bring out another video. And I have got 3 videos already filmed, ready to publish in the week. So I've got a mini sewing tour of my space, I've got a fabric haul, I've got my May makes to share with you, and then there was another one that I filmed. What else have I filmed? I can't remember. There is another video that I filmed, but I can't remember. Oh, I know what it is. It's a roundup of all of my Me Made May outfits. So I talk through what I wore each day. So I've got that video in the process of being edited. It's quite a long one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope whatever you're up to, you are enjoying the sunshine, hopefully. And I will be back soon with another video. Take care. Bye.